Mongolia is a land of vast horizons. It is a place where the sky feels bigger than the earth itself. Here, under this immense blue dome, one of the world's greatest empires was born. The Mongol Empire, led by the legendary Genghis Khan, stretched from the shores of the Pacific Ocean to the heart of Europe. It connected east and west like never before, creating new trade routes and fostering an unprecedented exchange of ideas, technologies, and cultures. This empire was a force of nature, a storm that swept across the known world, forever changing the course of history. Yet, as quickly as it rose, the heart of the empire seemed to vanish. The great capital city of Karakoram faded from maps and memory. The power that once held continents in its grip receded back into the vast, rolling grasslands from which it had come. For centuries, the world forgot about the source of this incredible power. The story of the Mongols became a tale of mysterious and fearsome conquerors, but the land that created them remained a mystery. It was as if the steppe itself had swallowed the secrets of its own grand history, leaving only whispers on the wind for those who dared to listen. The silence, however, was not an ending. It was a preservation. The soul of the empire did not die. It simply returned to its roots, embedding itself deep within the Mongolian landscape and its people. The spirit that forged an empire from scattered nomadic tribes continued to live on, not in grand cities of stone, but in the traditions passed down through generations. It survived in the songs sung around a fire inside a gers, in the skill of a rider on horseback, and in the deep respect for the land and the eternal blue sky. The empire's echo was always there, waiting. Today, as we look across the endless green and gold plains, we can feel that echo. We can see the shadows of the past moving across the landscape. Mongolia is not just a country, it is a living museum to one of history's most significant chapters. Its story is not one of disappearance, but of endurance. It is a testament to a culture so deeply connected to its environment that it could withstand the fall of its own colossal empire, the pressures of powerful neighbors, and the relentless passage of time, holding on to the core of its identity with a quiet and unyielding strength. To understand Mongolia, one must first understand its land. It is a place of extremes, a realm of infinite grasslands known as the steppe, which stretches to every horizon. This is a landscape that shapes all who live within it. The summers are short and vibrant, but the winters are long and brutally cold, with temperatures plummeting far below freezing. This harsh cycle of seasons, known as the dzud, can bring starvation to the great herds that sustain life. Survival here is not a given. It is earned through resilience, knowledge, and a profound connection to the natural world. In this demanding environment, one creature became more than just an animal. It became a partner in survival and a key to empire. The horse is the soul of Mongolia. For millennia, the people of the steppe have been the world's finest horsemen. A Mongol without a horse is like a bird without wings. These sturdy, resilient animals provide transport across the vast distances. Their milk is fermented into the traditional drink arag, and their companionship is woven into the very fabric of daily life. The bond between a rider and their horse is one of deep, unspoken understanding, forged in the shared struggle against the elements. This mastery of the horse was the foundation of the Mongol Empire's military might. An army that was entirely mounted could move with astonishing speed and coordination. Each warrior had a string of horses, allowing them to cover vast distances without tiring their mounts. They could eat, sleep, and fight from the saddle. This incredible mobility gave them a strategic advantage that no infantry-based army could counter. The thundering sound of Mongol cavalry approaching was the sound of a new world order being forged on the anvil of the steppe, powered by the humble and tireless Mongolian horse. The importance of the horse has not diminished with time. Even today, in a world of cars and technology, the horse remains central to the nomadic way of life. Children learn to ride almost as soon as they can walk, developing a natural skill that seems almost instinctive. Festivals like Nadam celebrate the three manly games, with horse racing being the most celebrated event of all. Young jockeys race for miles across the open plains, a living spectacle that connects the present day directly to the age of the great Khans. The horse is a living link to the past, a symbol of freedom, and the enduring spirit of the Mongolian people. In the heart of Mongolia lies a place of immense historical and spiritual power, the Orkhon Valley. This lush, fertile river valley stands in gentle contrast to the starker landscapes surrounding it. For over 2 millennia, this valley has been the epicenter of nomadic power on the steppe. It was here that successive empires rose, established their headquarters, and ruled over vast territories. The valley was a natural fortress, a place of abundance, and a sacred ground where leaders came to connect with the spiritual forces of the sky and the earth. It was the perfect cradle for an empire destined to rule the world. Genghis Khan understood the significance of this valley. Following the traditions of his predecessors, he established his imperial capital, Karakorum, within its protective embrace in the 13th century. This was not just a military camp, it was a cosmopolitan city, a global crossroads where merchants, missionaries, and craftsmen from across the known world gathered. Here, under the watchful eye of the Khan, Muslims, Christians, Buddhists, and shamans lived and worked side by side. The Orkhon Valley became the administrative and cultural heart of an empire that promoted trade, tolerance, and communication on an unprecedented scale. The memories of this golden age are etched into the very soil of the valley. Though the great city of Karakorum now lies mostly in ruins, its ghost lingers. The land itself seems to hold the stories of the empires that were born here. Walking through the valley, one can almost hear the thundering hooves of Mongol armies returning from their campaigns, the chatter of different languages in the marketplace, and the clang of the blacksmith's hammer. The Orkhon Valley is more than just a beautiful landscape. It is a historical document written in earth and stone, a testament to the power that once emanated from this sacred ground. This valley is not a forgotten relic. It remains a vital part of Mongolia's identity. It was designated a UNESCO World Heritage Site, recognizing its outstanding universal value as the cradle of steppe civilizations. For Mongolians, it is a place of pilgrimage, a tangible link to their most glorious past. Herders still graze their flocks on the same pastures that fed the horses of the Great Khan's armies. The river flows as it always has, and the sky above remains the same eternal blue sky that Genghis Khan worshipped. The Orkhon Valley is where the empire's memory lives most vividly. Across the vastness of Mongolia, silent witnesses to history stand guard over the land. These are the monuments, stones, and sacred places that hold the memories of millennia. Long before the rise of Genghis Khan, ancient peoples carved mysterious figures onto tall stones. These are the deer stones, elegant stelae adorned with carvings of flying deer, weapons, and belts. Their exact purpose remains a mystery, but they are believed to be spiritual markers, perhaps honoring great warriors or chiefs. They stand in silent clusters, their deer seeming to leap towards the sky, connecting the earth with the heavens in an ancient, sacred dance. Other monuments tell of the empires that came before the Mongols. The memorials to the Turkic Khans, with their intricate inscriptions, are some of the oldest written records found in Central Asia. They tell tales of bravery, governance, and the nomadic worldview. Nearby, the ruins of Kar Balgas, the 8th century capital of the Uyghur Empire, sprawl across the plain, a testament to another great power that once called the Orkhon Valley home. These ruins and inscriptions show that Genghis Khan was not the first to unite the steppe. He was the inheritor of a long and proud tradition of empire building that stretched back through the centuries. After the fall of the empire, a new power rose: Buddhism. The Erdene Zu Monastery, built in the 16th century, stands near the ruins of Karakorum. Its walls, crowned with 108 brilliant white stupas, were constructed using stones from the forgotten imperial capital. It was a powerful statement. The spiritual authority of Buddhism was replacing the military power of the Khans. For centuries, Erdene Zu was a vibrant center of learning and worship, until it was nearly destroyed during the communist purges of the 20th century. Its survival and partial revival today symbolize the resilience of Mongolian faith and culture against incredible adversity. Not all sacred places survived. The beautiful Angji Monastery, nestled in a remote and stunning valley, was once a thriving spiritual retreat. Today, only its picturesque ruins remain, a poignant reminder of the cultural destruction that took place in the 20th century. Yet even in ruin, these places are not empty. They are filled with a powerful spirit, a sense of history that can be felt by all who visit. They are destinations for modern pilgrims, Mongolians seeking to connect with their past, whether it is the shamanic world of the deer stones, the imperial legacy of the Turks, or the Buddhist faith of their ancestors. In the remote, rugged corners of Mongolia, a creature from the ancient past has made a remarkable comeback. This is the Przewalski's horse, known to Mongolians as the Taki. It is the last truly wild horse species on Earth, a stocky, dun-colored animal with a stiff, upright mane. These are not simply feral horses, they are genetically distinct from domestic horses and represent a lineage that has roamed the steppes of Central Asia for tens of thousands of years. They are a living link to the Ice Age, a biological treasure that carries the untamed spirit of the ancient world in its DNA. By the mid-20th century, the taki had vanished from the wild. Overhunting and competition with domestic livestock had driven them to extinction in their natural habitat. The species survived only because a small number had been captured and sent to European zoos in the early 1900s. For decades, the wild horse of Mongolia existed only in captivity, a sad relic of a lost wilderness. The thundering herds that had once been a part of the steppe ecosystem were gone, and their absence was a wound in the soul of the landscape they had helped to shape for so long. Then, in the late 20th century, an ambitious and hopeful project began. Conservationists from around the world worked with the Mongolian people to bring the taki home. In a series of carefully planned reintroductions, small herds of zoo-born horses were released into protected areas like Kustane Nuru National Park. It was a bold experiment. No one knew if these animals, generations removed from the wild, could relearn the ancient skills of survival, how to find water, how to defend against wolves, and how to endure the brutal Mongolian winter. The project has been a stunning success. The horses not only survived, they thrived. They formed harems, defended their territories, and raised their foals in the wild lands of their ancestors. The sight of a herd of taki galloping across the hills, their hooves drumming on the earth, is a powerful and moving experience. It is the sound of a wilderness being reborn, of a piece of the past being restored to the present. The return of the taki is a powerful symbol of hope and a testament to the enduring wildness that still defines Mongolia, connecting the country's modern conservation efforts with its most ancient natural heritage. The spirit of Mongolia is not confined to its past. It lives and breathes in the country today, in the clash and harmony of the ancient and the modern. On the outskirts of the capital, Ulaanbaatar, a colossal statue of Genghis Khan on horseback rises from the plains. At 40 meters tall and gleaming in stainless steel, it is a monument of immense scale and modern engineering. Visitors can ascend to the top and stand on the horse's head, looking out over the vast steppe that its subject once conquered. This statue is a bold declaration of national pride, a 21st century tribute to the man who defined Mongolian identity. Not far from this modern marvel, nature has created its own monuments. Turtle Rock, a massive granite formation shaped uncannily like a turtle, is a beloved landmark and a sacred site. The turtle holds a special place in Mongolian tradition, symbolizing longevity, wisdom, and the universe itself. The presence of this natural sculpture reminds us that for Mongolians, the sacred is not always man-made. It is often found in the land itself. It links the world of ancient beliefs with the modern tourist trail, a place where families come to picnic and connect with the enduring power of nature. The heart of modern Mongolia is Ulaanbaatar. It is a city of stark contrasts, the coldest capital city in the world, where nomadic traditions meet urban life. Here, glass skyscrapers stand alongside neighborhoods of traditional gers, complete with satellite dishes. Businessmen in suits walk past monks in saffron robes. The city is a bustling, sometimes chaotic hub of energy that reflects the country's rapid transition. It is the political, economic, and cultural center where the future of Mongolia is being decided, a place where the younger generation navigates a globalized world while holding on to the values of their ancestors. From the silent deer stones to the gleaming Genghis Khan statue, from the wild taki to the vibrant streets of Ulaanbaatar, the story of Mongolia is one of continuous adaptation and unbreakable spirit. The empire of the Khans may be long gone, but its essence endures. It is found in the deep love for the land, the central role of the horse, the strength of family ties, and an unshakable sense of national identity. Mongolia has survived invasions, political turmoil, and harsh climates, always holding on to its core. Its journey from a nomadic empire to a modern nation is a powerful story of resilience, showing the world that a culture's true strength lies not in its fallen cities, but in the enduring spirit of its people.